It's Q&A. It's Wednesday, so it's a Q&A. Okay, let's do this real quick. So let's do this for a little bit. See who pops on here for the Q&A. It's a Q&A, so see who pops on here. I want something to watch, but I don't know what to watch. You know what I mean? So we're gonna stay down here for a little bit, kill some time. Yeah, we're gonna stay down for a little bit, see what happens.
With so many choices on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. So I hired body doubles. Indoorsy Tina loves a deluxe suite. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
You want Suja? No.
On April 14th of 1865, a man named John Wilkes Booth walked into Ford's Theater with the intent of killing Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States. The gun that he chose to do it with? None other than this little piece right here. So what we're going to be doing today is going over this very unique piece in American history, as well as attempting to show and recreate the assassination
I'm gonna shave
of
this.
Abraham Lincoln. We're also going to be making a lot of fucked up jokes along the way.
Yeah.
So, of course, the gun that we're using today is not the literal gun that was used to kill Abe Lincoln. That one, of course, is actually still
And
on display.
yeah, and the chair he got shot in is currently in Michigan.
What we have today is a
I have a fire picture of it somewhere around here.
of that pistol, which is known as the Baby Philadelphia Derringer. This one is manufactured by Pedersoli in Italy and is chambered in .45, but not the .45 you're probably thinking of, like .45 ACP. That's for more modern handguns like the 1911. Amazing, I just called the 1911 modern, you know what I mean? This uses a much older type of ammunition. It's still cap and ball, meaning you manually have to pour in the powder in the muzzle of the gun and then ram down your projectile. Then you put your percussion cap right here on the nipple. Yes, that is what it is called. And then fires, smacking that, igniting the powder. I'll show you how all of that works later, but I know what you're thinking. Brandon, you're doing a lot of talking in the beginning of this video. So don't worry, let's fix that. We'll load this baby up and show you how she does in a light bulb penetration test. So I've just loaded up our pistol and, well, here's contestant number one. Let's see how it does.
A pop can.
Mr. Lincoln, you're not gonna want to see this.
A pop can.
Spoilers. Excuse me, sir. It appears you have cheated me in a game of poker.
Pop can. He shot a pop can.
I think we got it.
He's toward a pop can. So yeah, guys, the Q&A. So we'll see who pops up here. But yeah.
45 caliber. A lot of people think of like the modern 45 caliber.
So yeah.
45 ACP, 2 world wars.
Ooh, tomorrow, how you can do that?
That's not really what we're talking about when we're talking
Might do it tomorrow.
black powder. So caliber is just referring to the.
Maybe tomorrow we'll do one of those.
Just like the 50 BMG of the Barrett is different than the 50 AE of the Desert Eagle. So we are working with a 45 caliber, 40.45 inch bore diameter. Now the energy, however, is much lower than modern calibers. It's because we're working with black powder, not smokeless powder. But even out of something as small as that little Derringer, we still get plenty of energy output onto the
Want some
target. So you can see
corn?
here, our target is quite leaky. And even though it seems like most of the energy was taken out by the claw itself, we still did get an exit out the rear. Giggity. But now that we've seen what the pistol is capable of, let's go ahead and show you how to load it back up. And then we're going to put Andrew Johnson in office. Speaking of which, isn't it weird that there have been 2 high-profile assassinations of U.S. presidents and they've both been replaced by a guy named Johnson? I don't
Yeah.
know if that means anything, but Speaking of which, you guys
Yeah.
really seem to like these kind of videos, these, I guess, assassination videos, for lack of a better word. The JFK Joe Rogan bullet theory is still the most watched video on this channel by a good margin. I mean, at time of recording, we're like 7.5 million views.
So yeah, it's a Q&A today, so we'll see who pops on here and ask me questions, because I'll give you guys an answer. It's Wednesday, it's Q&A day, so yeah.
Firearms. We're thinking about doing videos recreating like the Kurt Cobain incident and even the John Lennon killing. So if that's the kind of content you'd like to see, let us know down in the comments. Or if you have a suggestion for another video that you'd like to see, kind of along that vein, let us know. But either way, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that kind of epic content that you can only see here. Or at least, the only kind you want to watch is here. So like we mentioned before, this is a black powder cap and ball pistol. So I'm going to show you how to load that real quick. What cap and ball means is that it's, black powder. You've got to manually load the powder down the barrel and then shove the ball down the hole, compressing that down, and then add a cap, like you would see right here. So what this does is you put this right here on the nipple, put that on like so, and what happens is when you pull this hammer all the way back and you fire it off, that ignites the cap, which ignites the powder, which shoots the ball forward. It's a little archaic, but hey, back in the day, this is what you had to work with. By the way, if all of this gunsmithing and gun history stuff is interesting to you, you might want to check out the new channel sponsor, SDI. SDI, of course, being the Sonoran Desert Institute, great place to get your start in gunsmithing. I'll leave the links down.
So yeah, it's Q&A, guys. So you get a question for the channel, read it.
What I'm using to load this pistol is actually kind of a little old black powder trick. I'm using fired shell casings that we found on the ranch. This one here is pretty fresh. It's a 9mm. I'm using this to measure the amount of powder that is going to be going down the barrel. Obviously, you don't want too little, else you're not going to have that much of a punch, or maybe have a misfire or whatever. You don't want to have too much because, well, these replicas aren't built the way the originals were, so that's just a bad day for everybody. I'm going to take this, I'm going to scoop up my black powder, and I have a rough idea of the measurement of what each of these is going to be.
So yeah, it's Q&A, guys. Got a question, put in the chat, and I'll read it. I'm just checking something real quick. I have to check this thing real quick, so friend sent me a picture. I need to see what this is. It's Q&A, guys. So put something in the chat, and I'll read it.
Balls. Love fishing around
Oh.
for balls.
Okay.
So what we're using right here is actually Hornady black powder, 44 caliber.
Hey, Tyler, you're one from your goal. I know.
But like their actual diameter is 4.54.
Okay, guys. Here's DT.
4 inches. So just barely.
Okay, guys. Here's DTV 2016.
That's going to give us a nice tight seal. You definitely want things nice and tight. I'm done.
Okay, guys.
This is just a fucking that's what she said montage at this point. Square?
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. This is America's border czar, and she's failed us under Harris.
We already have our powder poured down in 4, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and press this.
Okay, guys.
And on the top, I don't have a ramrod with me. The gun did not include one, but I do have this nice handy tool set that I keep in my truck. What I'm going to do is use this as a ramrod and shove that down. And we got to be careful now because now the powder is tight packed and we have a bullet seated in the barrel. So what we're going to do now, whenever we're ready to make it live, is we're going to pull this back, place the cap right there on the nipple, and this weapon will be live and ready to fire, and we're going to play. You know, this is feeling like any of you at home. One, kind of is. But two, if it makes you feel any better, Lincoln's technically the only president that's suspended part of the Constitution, and also he didn't actually free anybody. If you actually read the Emancipation Proclamation, it only frees slaves in states that are in rebellion that he doesn't control. Slaves up north didn't actually get freed until the 13th Amendment, which passed like 7-8 months after he got clapped. So now all of the depictions of the actual event itself had Mr. Lincoln without his hat on. After all, he was a gentleman indoors. So we're going to remove that, which is going to do two things. One, it's going to make it easier to kind of replicate exactly where he was shot, which is in the back of the head, but by the left ear, I believe. On top of that, it's just technically more accurate. Plus, we'll be able to see a much better angle on the cameras of what that actually does to the human skull. So now I'm going to be playing part of John Booth in my attempt to get the same kill-death ratio as Alec Baldwin. So we're ready to fire. We're going to pull our hammer back. Go ahead and cap the pistol. And there we are. We are live. All right. 6 Semper Tyrannis in 3, 2.
That's binoculars with the counter. So yeah, we'll be on here for an hour, or so, we'll be on here for until maybe 7 o'clock. We'll see who pops on here.
Well then. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play?
Oh,
All right, so let's get out the damage. I think we hit roughly exactly, whatever words. We hit exactly what we wanted to, which is the back of the head. This.
I've served this country for over 41 years.
back in here, man. I gotta go do something.
On January 6th, I felt violated. January 6th was an example of Trump spitting on all of us who served, and all of us who served in line and grave in Arlington.
You could be vaping formaldehyde, which is used in taxidermy.
Oh dear.
What?
Formaldehyde. Oh dear.
What? I knew it. Oh dear, oh dear. What?
Are you an elk? I don't know what I am.
At Kadosic says, hey, Agent Wheels, can you please do a video on the tools you use? I know you're a big Ryobi guy. I'm getting more into working on cars and would like to know what you use. What? I'm a big Ryobi guy. What gave you that idea? Oh, I think I get it. Yeah, sure. Let's talk about my tools. What I have, why I have it. Maybe I'll give you some useful tips and recommendations along the way. Although I doubt it, because what do I know? Let's start out with basic hand tools, wrenches, sockets, ratchets, and the like. They can hold mine in this little tool cart here. I only bought this thing last month, and that's a huge shame because I should have had this for years because this thing is a massive time saver. Instead of spending all of my time going back and forth from whatever car I'm working on to the toolbox to get one socket, and then having to go back to the toolbox because I got the wrong size socket the first time, and then ending up at the end of the job with a pile of ratchets and sockets and everything in random places all over the shop, I can just wheel this over to wherever I'm working, grab whatever I need out of it, use it, and as soon as I'm done using it, I can put it right back where it belongs. So
I
don't
need to
end
rub
up
this
with
off.
scattered all over the shop. Even if you work in just a one-car garage, I'd highly recommend picking up a mobile tool cart like this. And by the way, if you're wondering where I got it, well, that should be patently obvious. After what's in this toolbox, I've got it all nicely organized. All my sockets and wrenches are a Craftsman set that I got way back in college. These bits over here are from Harbor Freight, and these are from Lowe's in Cobalt brand with my impact sockets. And my wrenches are, vast majority of them are metric. They're all Craftsman as well. And I do have a set of Imperial tools over here because you never know when you're going to need Imperial tools. Up here I've got some screwy bits, and here is just various ratchets.
So yeah, guys, it's Wednesday. It's the Q&A. I do Q&As every Wednesday, so what's up?
Stuff like that. And also the power thing.
It's questions and answers. You got a question, I'll answer it for you.
Hand tools and various other things. These were given to me by my parents for 2 different Christmases because what do you get the person that has everything?
There's on the chat, I'll read it. Okay, Marshmallow, I'll leave. That's a good question, Marshmallow. Yeah, I am that, but I'm not doing that right. So yeah, it's just Q&A. Questions and answers. So your question up in the chat, I'll answer it for you guys. That's how we're doing right now. It's Wednesday. We'll stay on here until 7. We'll stay on here until maybe 7 o'clock. So yeah.
Taking them off and then just scattering them around the shop somewhere and never putting them back properly. So I think in the future I'm going to rebuild this workbench, replace
So you got a question up in the chat, please, and I'll read it.
has drawers in it and get rid of this tool wall entirely. Over time, I've collected a small number of specialty tools. Each task requires a different set of tooling. I've got a small collection of axle nut sockets here that I bought basically for one job and then never used again, although it's not money thrown away because these are very useful to beat on stuff with. More specialty tools on the shelf over here. I've got a vacuum pump and manifold gauge that I bought for installing mini splits. I've done a few times now. Below that is, I don't remember. I've got an ultrasonic parts cleaner here that doesn't work very well. Below that is a crankshaft bearing puller tool thing that I bought for disassembling the Saab V4 engine and then never used again. Here is a bearing splitter set that I bought from Harbor Freight. Don't remember what I bought it for, but I'm sure it was very useful. Below that is the front end service kit, so tie rods, separators, ball
Make
joints,
some more money.
separators, whatever. I bought that for the Yugo, and it already served me very well. Did scare the crap out of me, but it served me very well. And below that is a giant soldering iron that I have me for a video on my second channel. I'll keep this video focused on automotive-related tools, or just whatever's in my main shop. I do have 2 benchtop DC power supplies.
2 of those? Wow.
This is a tack light, maxes out at 30 volts and 10 amps. I bought it off Amazon. I'll have a link in the description of that. I do recommend it. This one, I don't remember the brand name on. It maxes out at 150 volts and 2 amps, and I paid nothing for it. This was accidentally sent to me. I have no idea how a mistake like that happened. It's not like it was sent in place of something I was supposed to get. It was sent in a completely separate box alongside something else that I actually did order. I don't even know where you buy one of these things, but free DC power supply, and it's rated 150 volts, so that's pretty cool.
Who in their right mind would pierce that? I don't understand that.
I do have a shop friend.
Who would pierce that is weird.
Purchase to justify because I got it specifically for removing and installing wheel bearings in the WeGo. If I were to hire a mechanic to do that same job, it would cost just about as much as this whole machine. So I bought this and did it myself, and it has come in handy much more times than that. Tucked away over here in the corner is a lift height transmission jack that Alex from Technology Connections bought me to work on his little Nissan Figaro, and an engine hoist that I bought for obvious reasons. To lift my spirits. No, wait, that's not it. Underneath my shoddily built workbench is an engine stand that I've used all at once. I used it for the Saab before, and a parts washer back here. Both of these came from, you guessed it, Harbor Freight. Now,
Picture this. It's perfect out, but you're staying in. Because with the right furniture, this is the perfect way to spend the day. At Value City Furniture, you don't have to picture it. You can experience it.
W.
Your new home deserves Xfinity.
And this.
I like the snowflakes.
Also do taxidermy.
Wow. Move with Xfinity.
W.
And settle in with the best home Wi-Fi. Bring on the good stuff.
now, Ryobi. Why Ryobi? I get asked this question fairly often, which I find odd because I have Bosch tools in my wood shop and nobody asks me about those. I suspect it's because they're not lime green enough. First of all, I am not sponsored by or affiliated with Ryobi in any way, shape, or form. At least as of right now. That may change in the future, but as of right now, no affiliation. So why do I have so many of these bright green tools? Well, 3 main reasons. In general, Ryobi tools are cheap, or at least cheaper than their counterparts. The quality of them overall is generally just fine, and they have a vast selection of tools that all use the same 18-volt battery. Ryobi tools are made by TTI.
I'll watch that later. This will be interesting video to watch later.
They also have a headquarters in one of the Carolinas, and a group is still in the South. Doesn't matter. The company that also makes rigid tools, AEG everywhere else in the world, Milwaukee, Homelight, Hoover, Dirt Devil, and a bunch of other brands. Now, in the United States, Ryobi tools are exclusively sold at the Home Depot, as are the orange-lined rigid tools. And the way they have it set up, in general, is Ryobi occupies the low tier, the mid-tier is occupied by rigid, and the upper tier is occupied by Milwaukee. But obviously, the separation is not that cut and dry. There are quite a few Ryobi tools that comfortably fit into that low-tier category, typically ones that have a counterpart from Milwaukee, like these 5 here. This 6.5-inch circular saw is great. I love it. It is very cheap, and I use it all the time. But, objectively, it's kind of on the weak side. This brushed, cordless angle grinder is one step above a toy. This thing is so weak, and it cuts out all the time. This is probably the worst Ryobi tool I own. But at least it was kind of cheap. It's not really much of a bonus when you can't use the thing. This metal cutting portable bandsaw is great. I love this thing. I use it all the time. But the Milwaukee versions are going to be better. First of all, Milwaukee offers their portable bandsaws in more than one size. This 2.5-inch opening here gets a little bit restrictive at times, and I have no other options. And the Milwaukee versions have a variable speed trigger. This one is an on-off switch, which kind of bugs me. But despite that, I still love this thing, and I use it all the time. This drill I bought for $25 out of a bargain bin from a Ryobi-approved retailer, and there's nothing wrong with it. It'll probably last you a long time. Just kind of a basic drill. This is a 1/2-inch impact wrench. It has a brush motor, and that's an awful lot of current to be sending through some brushes on a thing like this. So every time you pull the trigger, you smell the carbon coming off the brushes, which is a little bit disconcerting. And this thing's only rated for 300 pound-feet of torque, which when you're talking about comparing this to other 1/2-inch cordless impact wrenches, is really on the low side. This is one of the...
So yeah, no, it's not here in a little bit. I'm gonna get off, but yeah.
But that's okay.
Stay on for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on for a little bit. Yeah.
A new brushless half
It's a Q&A, so see who pops on here.
I went out and bought it. This one's rated for 600 pound-feet of torque. So it'll be substantially more useful. And a few months ago, they announced another one that's rated for 1,200 pound-feet of torque. So my qualms there have completely vanished. Then there's the tools, like these here, that not only don't have a Milwaukee equivalent, they don't have any equivalent that I'm aware of. This finger sander, for example, got a little thin belt on here. It's the only cordless electric finger sander that I'm aware of existing. There's tons of pneumatically